I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're uncovering the secrets to a healthier, more fulfilling life with Dr. James Jones, author of a wonderful book. It is called Healthier Living. This insightful guide blends practical advice, wisdom, and decades of medical expertise to help readers make smarter choices for their health and well-being. If you're ready to transform your lifestyle and embrace wellness, this book is packed with valuable tips you won't want to miss. We're delighted to have this very talented author and doctor, PhD, join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put him in the spotlight today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. And Doctor, you are an MD, you are a PhD, you have other alphabetical letters at the end of your name. You've got a million diplomas back there. You are truly an expert on this topic. So we appreciate your time today in talking about your book. What inspired you to write Healthy Living Tips?
I practiced medicine, academic medicine, for 40 years,
Mhm.
and I basically was surprised at people when I questioned them about their health or body.
Mm.
They knew more about their car than their body. And a common retort was when I said, well, I think you should try this, was what's going to be is going to be. And I
Mm.
said, no, what you make it be is going to be. And
Exactly.
so I realized that people even yet can't appreciate the little things, what they need to do. And I thought, well, I'll bring it there. And not only that, I altered the way I did the book because I have done 4 previous books.
Mhm.
3 were medical. And basically, I thought, well, I need, and rather than putting a chapter in there and going on and on about building together the whole realm of thought, I want to focus on what the most important things are when you define your health or when you define something other part of your body that's what it's doing. So
Yeah.
there's 57 different, less than 500 words or less points in this book.
Yeah, I think it's great that it's concise, it's easy to use. It's amazing to me, and you just talked about it, that people have this approach to living that, hey, whatever will be, will be. You know, I'm going to have that cigarette, I'm going to have that cigar, I'm going to have that third martini. And, you know, lifestyle matters, movement matters, what we put into our body matters. And it's not only going to be a longer life, but you also want a healthier life as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Simple things like being careful not to fall. You're saying that takes about 40,000 lives a year, right?
A little over that, but
Yeah,
yes. And it damages a whole lot more people,
sure,
seriously.
sure. I mean, because a lot of people, when they're older, they'll fall, they'll break a hip, and that's almost like a precursor to death for a lot of people as well, right?
Yes, it is. And,
Yeah.
and what people don't realize is some important facts concerning that the vast majority of your falls are at home,
Hmm.
not out on the street or somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then the most fall prone room in your house is your bathroom.
Yeah.
And you have getting your body wet and trying to move places, and then may have throw rugs there that aren't fixed down and so forth. Not not only that, but if you some of the more serious falls are older people who are around their pets when they start to fall.
Hmm.
Because then they're trying to position themselves to avoid hurting the pet,
Yeah.
and they may hurt themselves considerably more.
Yeah, those dogs can trip you up. They're always around my feet as well, particularly in the bathroom. They like to follow you inside. But you're right, being careful that the floor is not wet, that your rugs are secure, that there might be a grab bar or two in there if needed at a certain age. I think it's very, very important. Medication, staying compliant with medication, taking it as directed is super important as well. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, you need to look up the different medicines. Certain medicines that are taken, extended release medicines, they're taken once a day.
Mhm.
Some of them work better if you take them just before you go to bed at night,
Mhm.
because it may make you a little drowsy and so forth as it begins. So the effect is still there in the morning, but some of the drowsiness and side effects you don't want are gone. And as well as that, certain ones that will cause and alter things like your gastrointestinal secretions, they basically work better if you have the highest doses of them as soon as you need them, like breakfast and lunch.
Mhm.
So you take them before breakfast in the morning, and different aspects of things which you can easily find out from your pharmacist primarily. You know, if it's not on there as take this certain times, and you haven't thought to ask your doctor, but when you pick up the medicine, your pharmacist should be your best friend about what do I do with this and how can it work better, so forth. Getting the
Exactly.
information.
And with every prescription, they always say to you, do you have any questions for the pharmacist? Say yes, ask your question. Don't be polite, don't be shy. Ask your question. Find out when you're supposed to take it. Full stomach, empty stomach, with food, morning, night. Get all of the facts to make it as effective as possible. Driving can be another hazard for seniors, right, Doc?
We have about 5 million accidents a year. And it's amazing to me that we, and it gives us, oh, about 1 million people are injured in one way or another.
Mm.
And some of those are injured bad enough that it's permanent. So their lifestyle is altered and they lose their occupational work and so forth. So you can be hurt a lot that way. And basically, there's information that is surprising that no one knows it, seems to know it. And that is that basically about 1/3 of all the accidents come from tailgating.
Mm.
So all you're in control of that. You
Yeah.
say, but no, I want to get there faster. Tailgating doesn't get you there any faster.
That car
And
is
if
still in front of you. Yeah.
the car is in front of you, you're going to get there when he gets there.
Yeah.
And it also lowers your efficiency on your gasoline because you're hitting the brake repeatedly.
Yeah.
So it's a stupid thing to do. And then you say, well, all right, well, tell me about the blind spot when I drive my car.
Mm.
Well, you have a blind spot,
Yeah.
and your rear view mirror and your side mirrors don't show you a certain pace of car that's close to you.
Right.
And all you do is when I'm going to change from a right lane to a left lane, I look at both mirrors and then quickly glance over my left shoulder to see the blind spot.
Mm.
So, it's like I mentioned previously, it's amazing to me that people don't realize or we don't receive the information to know how to avoid very serious problems in our
Yeah.
life.
Agreed. I'll be very happy when all of the cars are self-driving. When they can just get into the back seat of the car. It'll be
Yeah.
communicating with every other car on the road. It'll keep a safe distance. It'll maintain a safe speed. It'll be appropriate for the weather conditions. And you just go without fear or worry of a car accident. I think that's coming in the not so distant future. My car is almost autonomous right now. It keeps a safe distance. It brakes automatically if the car stops in front of me. It gives me warnings and vibrations in my steering wheel if somebody's in my blind spot. So technology is going to be great for us people who are going to be seniors and and the senior generations to come, no doubt. Faith is important to you as well. Talk to us about the role of faith and biblical wisdom in wellness.
Well, the biblical wisdom wisdom is very, very good because in essence, it tells you what to do next or not do next.
Mhm.
And of course, it said that it's better than all things to be desired in the Psalms.
Mhm.
And it it's something that we ought to strive for in our life.
Mhm.
And when this happens, and I mentioned also a number of things about how to control and keep your memory intact as much as you can, and also to basically have control over your emotions and your subconscious mind, which just kind of takes over sometime and tells you you're supposed to be angry right now, or you're supposed to be happy. And then I've got some chapters in there. One of them is life is a song and dance if you enhance your circumstance. And I also said, I'm going to try and make these little short blurbs interesting where somebody will say, no, that's something I want to know about.
Yeah.
And with 57 in there, I hope I can get somebody's interest in a few. But all means something, I think.
Yeah, I think it's very, very true. Life is what you make out of it. I think you're doing a great job. You look physically fit, you're mentally sharp. A lot of it is never letting it go, right? To maintain your weight, to maintain your mental acuity by reading and writing and staying engaged. So a lot of it is not just quote unquote retiring, but actually maybe changing the way you work, but then also staying engaged and intellectually stimulated, don't you think?
Dave, you have to continue your life's motivation.
Yeah,
You can't just say, well, I'm this old and it just doesn't work anymore. You just say,
exactly.
well, wait a minute. How can I do this to where I can still be active and go ahead and participate the way I want? And one of the things that we tend to go and get out of as we get older is our socialization.
Yeah,
And if you look at some of your older people, relatives and so forth, you look, well, wait a minute, they stopped all this. And as they stopped all this, they got worse.
yeah,
Because interacting with other folks like we're doing now it's not only stimulating to you,
yeah.
it's a necessary part of our continued aging.
Exactly. The less you do, the less you'll be able to do. That's what it comes down to. If you keep on
Well
thinking
said.
you're protecting yourself by not going out or protecting yourself by not being in crowds, yeah, you might not get that cold or something, but you're losing the aspect of life of being engaged. And you see it with so many seniors. They watch a lot of TV. They're fearful of the world out there because the TV news guys tell them it's very dangerous and very bad, but they're losing the human connection. And socialization and human connection, I think, are two very, very vital parts to healthier living. Don't you think, Doc?
You've said it very well, Logan. Very
Thank you.
well.
Thank you so much. The name of the book we've been talking about today is called Healthier Living. It is an insightful guide that blends practical advice, wisdom, and decades of medical expertise, written by one of the best in the business. And the doctor is not only a medical doctor, he is also a PhD, Dr. James Jones. And his expertise will help readers make smarter choices for their health and well-being. If you're ready to transform your lifestyle and embrace wellness, this is a conversation packed with valuable tips, and this is a book you won't want to miss. Doctor, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Oh, thank you very much. You're well said.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time, your wisdom, and your insight. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.